There's a point in your money, and everybody has to make this decision where when you make a decision, it's going to be difference between you having wealth and you staying with just enough. There's a point in your with you have when you're making money, when you're building money, there is a decision. You come to a point where if you make the right decision, it will drastically change your money. If you don't, you will continue to ride that line of just getting by. The point for me was when I first paid off my car. So if you're any person that likes and you start to take an interest in personal finance content, you'll start going down this rabbit hole of how to invest and what are the best ways to invest and how do you get the money to invest. And you go through all these different videos, and soon enough, you'll hit up on content that sounds like this: pay off your debt. And then once you pay off your debt, invest the money. Don't keep your life the same, but invest your money. It's the hardest decision with your money that you'll make, because it's also the decision that only a small percentage of people will actually do. And that's why you have a small percentage of the population, 22 million out of 320 something million people are millionaires, and the other 300 are not. The problem is not whether or not you make the decision, it's will you be upset that you don't have the result? Everyone's going to come to a fork in the road decision, and it happens multiple times. The first one is the hardest one because it starts you on a trajectory that's going to be different than anything you ever experienced. You're investing now, you're growing your money. And at the time that you start investing, that's the lowest your balance will ever be. A lot of people don't get that because you will have to make another decision of a car purchase. You will have to make other decisions of things, life events that's going to come and changes. The difference is if you've been investing, if you've been consistent, and if you've been steadily increasing your investing over time, well, then all those things that you wanted to do in your life, you will start to increase the lifestyle as well. You just, in order to get started, you said, hey, I'm not going to increase the lifestyle right now. I'm going to start my investing and get my investing going. Every person has a decision to make, whether it's you paid off your credit cards, whether it's the choice to even go into debt, borrow for a car. Maybe instead of buying a 20,000 car, you bought a 10,000 car. The decision is going to look different. But the very first decision, and it's going to look different for everyone. That's why it's a hard decision to make, because you have to be able to recognize that this is the moment where I can do what everybody's told me that, quite frankly, are not millionaires and don't have the money I wish to have, or I can do what's different. And I can tell you, as somebody who followed the advice, you pay off your debt, invest the difference, or you invest instead of putting extra on the principal, you invest it. All the different things that people say that people ignore, I've done, and it does work out. And the more you lean into those things, the better it works out. But then also it opens up the opportunity that for those things that you thought you missed, you get to still enjoy. Now, if you take that decision and you make the wrong decision, eventually the things that you paid for or enjoyed will be taken away. Everyone has a point where they have to make a decision that's going to drastically change how their money is going to be. It's the hardest decision you'll make.